Hey guys, how's it going? First of all, I'd like to apologize for my voice. We've been battling a cold in my household for 2 or 3 weeks now, and it just will not go away. I've been procrastinating on making this video, hoping that it would go away by the due date, but it's just not in the cards for me. Anyways, here we go. As a kid, I always loved playing with toy Tonka dump trucks and little equipment and excavators and stuff like that, and it's always been a dream of mine to be able to operate it myself. 2 years ago, I started with NCDOT as a transportation worker. And in the beginning, it was little odds and ends. I would flag traffic, pass tools to guys with longer tenure and more experience than me, and primarily watch and learn so that way one day I would have the knowledge to do it myself. On a day-to-day basis, it's so multifaceted, it's not really plausible for me to be able to give you a solid, concrete idea on what it is that we do. We've replaced driveway pipes, cleaned out ditches, done asphalt, paved roads, and then in inclement weather circumstances, we've plowed snow for 20 hours, or we've been sent out of town for a week or so for hurricane disaster relief cleanup and stuff like that. It's a day-to-day kind of basis, and you just have to be able to adapt to what it is that you're doing in that particular day. As far as a normal daily routine, generally we'll replace driveway pipes or clean out ditches or do asphalt or simply haul equipment or materials all day. There's no simple way to describe what it is that we do on a daily basis because your tasks change day to day, and sometimes they change during the day. The benefits at NCDOT are probably some of the best that I've seen in the jobs that I've worked at particularly. The paid time off is probably the number one benefit to me. I have been there for about 2 years, and I have over 200 hours of vacation time built up already. There's no cap on how much time you can build off per se. Sick time is limitless. Once you hit 240 hours of vacation at the end of the calendar year, anything over 240 will roll into your sick time, and you carry it for your entire career. And at the end of your career, if you have 28 years actually work time and you have 2 years worth of sick time, you can retire with 30 years. It's a great system as far as retirement goes. Health insurance is good. Paid holidays are great. We get a lot of days off for paid holidays, and the work schedule is, for my job in particular, is Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30. That's a great schedule. It leaves you plenty of time to have another job if you needed to, or simply do what I do and be there for your family. The retirement is probably one of the largest benefits to me. I'm 25 years old at the moment, and by the time I hit 30 years, I'll be 52. 52, 53, somewhere in that ballpark. That's still a very young age to be able to retire at. At that point, I'd be able to get another job or simply enjoy retirement. You're still at a young age, so it leaves you limitless opportunities on whatever it is that you want to do. Education-wise, there's not really a whole lot of requirements in the beginning. It's basically the same as any other job or career field. The higher your education, the higher up you can go. My position particularly doesn't have any educational requirements. Besides a high school diploma, but as far as college degrees or anything like that, those aren't really requirements until you get into engineering or county maintenance engineer, one of the higher up positions. Other than that, you can have just a high school diploma and work. As far as other requirements, CDL Class A's they're a flat out requirement regardless of the position you work at out there. The type of CDL that you have to have will vary from person to person. In my particular instance, I have to have a CDL with no restrictions because I drive a tractor trailer, but my coworker might not require a CDL with no restrictions because he only drives a dump truck. Situations like that are the only really they're really the only situation where you're gonna come up to a particular requirement for your job until you get into the higher tiers of your career. As far as equipment, there's a wide variety of equipment you can operate. You have single and tandem axle dump trucks. In our particular division, divisions further west have quads, quints, larger dump trucks. Then you have tractor trailers, excavators, backhoes, mowing tractors, ditching machines, bush hogs, you name it, they have it. It's kind of one of those things where you have to be trained on that particular piece of equipment to be able to get into it. There's not really a set scale on when you'll be able to get into the equipment. It kind of just has to fall into place with what the particular county you work in requires. If the county you work in needs a motor grader operator and you get chose to be the motor grader operator, then you'd be able to fall into place. The equipment operation, to me, is probably one of the better aspects of the job. It's fun, it's involving, and it's in-depth. It keeps you on your toes. When you have a piece of equipment that weighs 50,000 pounds and you're swaying a bucket around guys that you work with, there's so much that can go wrong. It requires a level of attention that most other jobs and tasks won't require. You have to be able to focus on not only the job that you're doing, but the guys that you work with. The risk of injury is high, and if you make one false move, you could potentially injure your coworker or worse. They have had deaths in particular counties. I don't believe they've had one in ours in recent years. But it is one of the work zone hazards and risks that you could run into. At the end of the day, I truly love working with NCDOT. It's probably been my favorite job so far, and as far as the near future goes, I can't foresee me leaving. I love the group of guys that I work with, and I love the fact that it allows me to not only make the money to make it by, but it allows me to be a father, and it allows me to be a family man. The schedule isn't as tenuous and tedious as certain other jobs may be. It doesn't require a whole lot of extra time on a normal basis. Certain situations like inclement weather and stuff like that require you to come in, or if you have a road washout or something like that, you may be required to come in. Other than that, it's a 7 to 3:30, Monday through Friday type schedule. And I've worked longer schedules. I've worked 14 days straight, 20 days straight, and I've worked 15, 16 hours a day. But on a normal basis, it's 8 hours a day, and you get to go home to your family. NCDOT is just overall a phenomenal career opportunity. There's so many different jobs that you can do within NCDOT that it's one of those things. The higher you, the potential's limitless. You can go as high as you want to, and as high as you're willing to put in the effort to go. If you're willing to get a bachelor's in engineering, you can go almost to the tippy top. It's one of those things that the amount of effort that you put into will pay off in the end, and it depends on how far you want to go. But that's really about it as far as the job goes. Thank you for watching, and I hope y'all have a great day.